Hey guys, it's Friction here. Welcome back to World of Tanks. Not a long intro today. We're getting right into it. It's the festive period. The well-deserved rewards are closing in. The Christmas period is starting in a week or 2 weeks now. And right now you guys are celebrating the Thanksgiving feast, at least in the United States, not in Canada, nowhere else in the world, but in the United States. And because of that, Wargaming have actually made a little bit of a bundle. This is the bundle that we talk about every single year, and every single year it's ridiculous because it's like extremely expensive. It'll cost you $1,000 to buy this bundle, but every single year Wargaming actually add more things into it that it almost seems that they really want people to buy this. So let's take a quick look. Take a look at the Black Friday special that Wargaming have, and we can talk a little bit about it. It shouldn't be a too long video in that sense. So let's take a look. First and foremost, the vehicles that you have in this list, you can see it's a ton. It's 143 vehicles. They range from tier 2 all the way to tier 8, but there is not a single tier 9 to be seen. So just that up front. You get like a lot of stuff. You get the WZ-120 1GFT, which is actually a good tank. A Mauerbrecher, which is a horrible tank. You get, all kinds of things. The TS5, the Turtle, T-77. I'm not even going to talk about the tier 2s because usually the tier 2s for me are just kind of filler vehicles. I really rarely play anything below tier 5. You get the Super Pershing, all of these vehicles, right? You get like really good tanks, SU-130PM, vehicles that are difficult to come by and usually have a very hefty price tag. Now, I'm not saying that this is a really good package because spending $1,000 on an in-game, like on in-game items like these, is not a very good choice financially speaking. With $1,000 you could do a lot. You could invest it, you could keep it, you can save it, you can buy a ton of games. You don't have to, buy all of these vehicles because you're not going to be able to play all of these vehicles. And when I think about it, it's ridiculous how many premium tanks I have bought over the 10 years I play World of Tanks. Like at least 11. It's now 12 years I played World of Tanks. So yeah, having talked about all of that, the feature is still great. If you think about it, you get a ton of tier 8 vehicles, but the issue is just the price tag is absurd, right? And the very funny thing is, if you already own a couple of these vehicles, you are not going to be getting the full compensation. At least it will not always happen. So right here, you will not always be compensated the full gold equivalent of the full vehicle price if you already own some vehicles. So the danger is very high that you pay this $1,000 fee. You want to have several tanks, but you already own maybe a handful of them. You're not going to get anything out of it. So what is really crazy is you get 142 garage slots, you get 360 days worth of premium, which is not bad, but it's not worth $1,000 US. And what they are really promoting here, what is like one of the most disgusting things, is they're promoting the 105 LAFH 18B2. This is probably one of the most toxic vehicles in the game. And it's the tier 5 artillery, the French one. Now, one more tank we'll have to look for is because it's also one of the very powerful ones, is the E25. They did say they were not going to be selling it again, but I've seen it like at least 20, 30 times, from the last time they said that. And you can see it just goes on. There are so many big vehicles that they're selling. They're also selling some tier 2 vehicles and tier 3s that might interest some of you players. Now, the tier 2 I'm talking about is it this one, the Ausführung D, which is... No, it's not this one. I must have mistaken, so we have to go back all the way because I'm in full screen mode. But yeah, it's another vehicle. It's the French B1 that is like a Minnie Mouse. Or the Minnie Mouse at tier 2. Having talked about that, yes, that bundle is crazy. I don't know of any players who've bought the bundle and I would not recommend buying such a big bundle. Usually players have to be a bit more cautious of what they're spending. So another deal that Wargaming have for us, and it's basically the Black Friday, the black tanks, because of Black Friday. They basically just turn the vehicles and dyed them black. And to be fair, this is a pretty horrific. I always think this is a pretty bad deal. They're trying to sell you the IS-6 for $40 US. At least that's like 40 Swiss francs, which is about 1-to-1. And it's not discounted by any real sense. It's basically the same price you pay for these vehicles, but they're just black. So I never really held these deals in high regard. What is much more interesting, in my opinion, though, but what is also a little bit of a tease, and to be fair, it's also completely overpriced, are 3D styles. You can see they're also selling like the G-Saw right now. They're selling the Object 703. Both of these tanks really, really good. But you can see that like I haven't seen these vehicles being sold by themselves, only these bundles. So they want you to at least spend $60 for it with 30 days of premium, even if you don't want it. Let's take a quick look at some of the styles. Now, a lot of these styles are really, really cool. These are styles, these are designs that Wargaming have worked on for, who knows how long. And the art department in World of Tanks is usually the one team that always carries its own weight. Now, these styles are really cool. I love the 3D style for the T95 with going to the beach, the nice vibration style. I think the T30 Black Friday style also looks kind of cool. I think I already own that. But the ridiculousness about these styles is, look at the price tag. Every single one of these styles costs you $24, $25, $19 for a tier 8 vehicle. Now with these prices, who is going to buy these styles? If these styles were like $10, $5 each, yeah, no worries. I would buy maybe 2 or 3 of them, but I will not spend $25 for the Lotus skin on the SCB-1. Now, if you did open Christmas loot boxes the last couple of years, you will have gotten some of them, because I see some of the styles that I certainly have on my vehicles as well. For example, the Winter Lotus 3D style, I have that on the STB1. I also have the E50M style right here. But generally speaking, I just think that these styles, and giving us like $4 worth of discount on this Object 140, is just not really a discount. I don't see where they discounted these styles. Obviously, these styles are really hard to get. You always have to wait for a special occasion, just like Christmas period, where you can buy these boxes and you can actually buy these styles. Usually from the boxes, you'll get some of the styles and when you finish the collections. But the issue is still that they're way too expensive, in my personal opinion. I would not spend $25 for this. So that kind of wraps this up. Once more, kind of a missed opportunity for Black Friday, or just for the entire idea of having sales. These sales are not really sales, and I think that they are kind of, they are not really that great. A lot of Black Friday sales are not great. Like, there are really just few good deals. Doesn't matter if it's World of Tanks or if it's other games, but there are just a few good deals that are really good. Other ones, just, most of the time, not worth thinking about. I think World of Tanks is a prime example of where you don't really think about the deals. So tell me what you guys think about this. To the American folks that are watching this video, have a happy holiday season, and everyone else, hopefully Christmas will be better.